Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark, and we are back in Jaisalmer once again to drive another 7-seater SUV, which is the all-new Volkswagen Tayron R-Line. Now this is the SUV and you obviously have seen the walk-around video of this, but this video is all about how this car drives, what you get and our opinion on this all-new 7-seater SUV. Let's quickly start this video and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this all-new Volkswagen Tayron R-Line. So now let's quickly check out the front end of the vehicle, and the very first thing you will notice is this sleek looking headlamp cluster. Well, obviously it has a connected DRL and you have the logo that also glows. Let me just show it to you from the inside, because when you put on the lights, as you can see over here, so when you put on the lights, obviously this entire thing lights up, and there is no chrome at the front except within this logo, but it has this illumination and it looks absolutely fantastic. Well, you have the R-Line badging over here. That is the grille, again a piano finished grille. There is no chrome on the grille. You have a front parking camera and the skid plate is finished in silver. Now let us come on to the side profile, and over here you will be able to notice that it has this body cladding, but the body cladding is only for the wheel wells and not for the entire car. It's finished in piano black. It's actually blending very well with this color, so you maybe are not being able to notice it. There is a black color body cladding all around. Well, if we talk about these wheels, now these are 19-inch wheels. The tire profile is a 255/45 R19. Tire profile is slightly less, so that's why you have a little bit of noise coming from the tire, but the tires are extremely grippy. You also have an R-Line badging over here. You have body colored ORVM with integrated indicator. Again, you have a camera right over here, and that is how the side profile of the car actually looks like. Clean lines, clean design. You have almost little more than 200 mm of ground clearance, while the international model gets around 206 mm. So we are assuming that this will be a little more than 200. Well, it looks like a little more than 200, but definitely. The only part in chrome that you have in the car is this surrounding that goes all the way up to the back. This is the only part that's finished in chrome. But other than that, you can see there is no chrome lining whatsoever. You have a roof rail over here, a shark fin antenna is right over there, and you have a big panoramic sunroof. So comment below, what is the best feature that you liked about the side profile of the all-new VW Tayron R-Line? Okay, now coming to the rear section of the car, well, you can see that the rear also gets the same kind of treatment that you get on the front. You have this connected LED light with the illuminated logo, but this time the logo is illuminated in red. The front one is illuminated in that white color. You have the Tayron badging over here. 4Motion, that means this is a full-time four-wheel drive, that is an all-wheel drive. And if you open the boot, it's an electronic boot. Well, that is the amount of space you get with the third row up. You can just compare it with my hand over here. You can see there's a lot of space. Well, boot liter-wise, a little confused with this, but you have a lot of space. You have your some amount of tools that are kept over here. This is your parcel tray, just in case if you want to fold this down and put that. That is your adjustable headrest for the third row. Third row, you need to fold it down like this, completely flat. You get a ton of space. And if you see the button, which is right over here, now this thing, if you pull this button, watch what happens to that seat. So the entire second and the third row can also be folded down. Now, how cool is that? If you're just two people traveling and you need to put on a ton of luggage, well, that is your option. And since the electronic boot, just press this and the boot will close automatically. You have a wiper with a washer, a high stop mount light, spoiler that is over here. You also get defoggers right over here, and the lower part of the bumper is also finished in the exact same pattern that you get on the front. There is no silver finishing on the skid plate over here, and this is sort of a diffuser. Now let's quickly go on the inside and tell you what all does this car get. So now let us check out the interiors and start off with the second row. Well, before we go to the second row, let us quickly check out the third row. Well, I'm not going to sit on it because for reference, my height is 6'1", and actually there is no space over there. So if you have to go back either from that side or this side, you can just do this, walk in, and that is the amount of space you have right over here. You can just have a look. I'm best suited for children, I'm assuming. So this seat, both the seats can be both front and back. That is a manual seat, and you can also adjust the recline on this. So the amount of recline you want, you can either do it on this or that side of the seat. 3 adjustable headrests over here. This is an armrest. If you pull this out, there are cup holders right over here. Armrest folds up for a third person. That is your third zone climate control over here. Well, there is no blower control, but you have a temperature control right over here. AC vents are placed here, and if you notice, you have LED lights on the back as well that are touch sensored. You can see like this. I just touched it. There is no physical button over there. That is your panoramic sunroof that you get all across. There are some pockets over here to keep your phone. If your phone is charging, there are two Type-C chargers over here, and you also get this manual sunshade. Now the manual sunshade is not only here. You can see the the rear windscreen that also has a sunshade, but I think that is from the dealership. You can purchase from the dealership, or you can get it one from outside. So that's the second row, that's the third row. Now let's go check out the front end. Okay, so quickly adjusting the seat, if you can show it over here. So these are the same exact controls that are on the driver as well. You have the memory functions over here, you have lumbar support, you have adjustments right over here, and this seat is ventilated and heated. So you have both functions. You also have a massage feature in the seat. Apart from that, the steering wheel kind of adjusts for tilt and telescopic, both are there, but it has a manual control. Well, you have a lot of storage space over here. You can see some storage space over here, but this storage space is a little special because you lift it up, and after you lift it up, you have two Type-C charging over here, and you also have two wireless chargers present over here. So both the people can charge the phone simultaneously. Ambient lighting, you can see over here on the door. Everywhere on these panels, you have R-Line badging all around. On the steering wheel over here, you have a flat bottom steering wheel. If we talk about the screen over here, this is a 15-inch infotainment system. That's a very, very big infotainment system, and the touch is absolutely like smooth. I mean, there is no lag in it. Well, this screen, the driver side screen, is also full digital cluster, as you can see over here. And if we talk about the adjustments on this, well, you can see over here we have this heated steering wheel button. So if I press this, you will notice that the steering wheel heating is on, and you have 3 levels as I'm setting it, and the third level after that you can switch it off. So you have an bezel-less IRVM over here. You have a vanity mirror with lights for the passenger, vanity mirror with light for the driver. That is your touch for your sunroof, to open the shade or to open the sunroof. Storage space is over here. Over here, this thing can be adjusted for height. You can see there are steps over it, and if you want to put it completely down, lift it up and go down, it can be moved forward and backward. Storage space over here, a very neatly put in first aid kit, I would say. A lot of things in that. Alcantara finishing all over. You have this contrast stitching right over here. Soft touch material. A Harman Kardon 3D surround sound system is also there in this car. So overall, the interiors are very, very nice. I really, really like it. The Tayron is fantastic, especially the R-Line. It has those touches of the sportiness on the inside, especially it's an all blacked out cabin, so it looks really, really good. Well, they have done a really good job, and now let's go drive the car and tell you how is the Tayron R-Line to drive. So now we're the driving seat of the all-new Volkswagen Tayron R-Line, and let me tell you the engine specifications of this car. Well, it will only be available with one engine option, that is a 2-liter TSI engine. And this TSI engine, that's a turbo petrol engine, produces 201 bhp of power and 320 Nm of peak torque. Well, what that means, you can do a 0 to 100 in 7.2 seconds. Well, we have obviously done a 0 to 100 test, and it is running on our Instagram channel, so you can go check that out. Well, the claim time is 7.2 seconds, but I'll not tell you how much did we take. You can go and check it out. Well, this thing is mated to a 7-speed DSG gearbox, and power is transmitted to all the wheels. So that is why when you launch, there is a very minimum amount of wheel spin. Obviously, you have a ESC Sport mode as well, where the traction control is not completely off, but it is off for a launch control. And yes, you have a launch control on this car from factory. It's not like it's a number of launches that you can do. I'm assuming you can just keep on doing it until the car like heats up and tells you to cool down and do a launch again. But yeah, it gets a launch control from the factory. Now, let me tell you about the steering wheel. The steering wheel is pretty, I mean, if you're on like comfort and eco mode, it's pretty light. If you're going on sport mode, it weighs up, but the steering response is phenomenal. It just cuts lane. Like you just have to flick the steering wheel to just cut the lanes. It is so responsive, and the suspension on it is absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is a 7-seater SUV. Usually 7-seater SUVs have a lot of body roll, but not this one. This one has very minimum amount of body roll. I'll not say it does not have body roll, but this has very less body roll, and this thing stays planted on the road. If you take high speed corners also, triple digit speeds corner also, if the corner is allowing you to take it, then this car can handle it definitely. So if you're on a racetrack, this thing will go bonkers. First of all, because it is an all-wheel drive. Second of all, the power delivery is just fantastic on this. Couple the suspension with the steering wheel and the power output, and you have a beast on the road. The Tayron R-Line is just, it's an awesome vehicle. This is a 7-seater vehicle that can do all of this. I mean, this competes directly with the Fortuner in the Indian market, but trust me, that Fortuner is a different league of SUV, and this is a complete different league of SUV. It is something phenomenal. If you talk about safety features, then you have 9 airbags, not 6, not 7, not 8, you have 9 airbags. Apart from that, you have your level 2 ADAS, you have traction control, EBD, ESC, a 5-star safety rating, whatnot in this car. So it is a pretty safe car as well. If you talk about the seats, these seats are a little special because first of all, they get ventilation option, they get heating option, they get massage option. But there is another feature in the climate control where you can set the temperature of the ventilation of the seat. So for example, if you want the back portion, the backrest of the seat to warm up, you can adjust that. If at the same time, if you want the lower part of the seat where you're sitting on, if you want that a little cold or maybe a little less warm, you can adjust the temperature. So yes, you can do that. Both the seats are electronically adjustable. They have memory control, they have lumbar support, and I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. So I mean, as far as features are concerned, the Tayron is just filled with features. Seats are comfortable, very, very nice. They hold you in place. They have got good side bolsterings, and overall, it is a very good experience driving this car. Trust me, guys, with 201 bhp, 320 Nm of peak torque, mated to a 7-speed DSG gearbox. With that amount of power, when you floor the car, this happens. And if you are on an open road or on a highway, trust me, you will just have fun. No matter you have family, you have space for 5 people, you have space for 6 people, 7 people. And after the third row also, you have enough space to keep luggage. I mean, how cool is that? So, yeah, our take on the Volkswagen Tayron is just fantastic. It's a fantastic driving car. Just loving it. So guys, this was the all-new Volkswagen Tayron R-Line, and I hope I explained the car well to you. But if we talk about the pricing is not yet out, but we can expect this car to be priced somewhere between 50 to 55 lakh rupee mark. That is the ex-showroom price. Well, we still have to get a hold of the pricing. That's just a speculative pricing. What do you think about the Tayron R-Line? Mention it on the comment section. And if you have anything else to ask, let us know in the comment section and we will get back to you on that. Until then, I'm Pramit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe, and drive safe.